Alright, we have Vivi with the main man, Julien, and it's a female women's day today.
It's the day. It's the day.
Women only challenge. Let's go. Alright, Julien, on a scale from 1 to female, how female is this?
Jeggings.
Jeggings.
These will be a little tight.
A little tight?
Just a little tight.
A little tight on the crotchy crotch?
Yeah.
So, Julien, you know what I learned today?
What'd you learn?
Can you guess?
That putting on female pants is a little revealing.
Yeah, male camel toe is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Didn't know it was a thing.
But you don't notice it until you try on female pants.
But when you do notice it, oh, you notice it. It's very much there.
Very apparent.
That was a success and a half.
Haul, baby.
Big haul!
Moyo está calor.
That female swag.
So, Mr. Julien, what got you into female fashion?
I would say I just very based my fashion off of like 70s and 70s rock, and I started just like experimenting, and I would see that females always had like the coolest patterns. Their shirts always have like the coolest patterns, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go to Value Village. I'm gonna see what happens, see what they have. I started off definitely not as intense. Just like played it safe, you know, found one that could be taken as like a men's shirt.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just started getting crazier and crazier and finding like way more unique pieces, and people like responded really well to it. It was just like, man, where'd you get that shirt? And every time I say like, oh, Value Village, actually it's a women's shirt. And then lots of people kind of get taken back and they're like, oh, really? Like I would have never even thought. But like, that's where you find the most unique stuff. If you can find stuff that fits, then like, why not? Like I think it should be more like, not even female or male, just like unisex clothing. And I think that's happening more. I think there's a lot more people that are doing both kinds of things, like females wearing male clothing, or, you know, there's like that thing where it's just like it's not masculine or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like my fashion is definitely has like feminine and masculine aspects to it. Yeah. And like mixing the both is what's like interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
When did you like initially get into it? Like how old were you?
I would say like
how long has it been now?
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
So this was in Sask then?
Yeah. But like it was harder in Saskatchewan because there wasn't even really that much, especially for males, there wasn't really that much of like a fashion. Like people were dressing for more of like function than fashion. And so the more you stood out, the more, it's almost, I don't know, I wouldn't say if people didn't like it, but it was like, you were just like, I guess you didn't fit in, which is like,
right. Did you ever find that like hard?
I did.
Like,
originally. Yeah, originally.
Like, what are you wearing, bro? I'm gonna bully you because
like so some people would, and then eventually I just didn't care. And then once I didn't care, that's when I started to really enjoy it. I was just like, now I can just wear whatever I actually want to wear.
What was like your best and worst experience wearing like more feminine clothing?
I would say a lot of experiences like even the worst ones, they're not like that bad. It's more so a lot of the guys wouldn't relate to it, so then they just like wouldn't necessarily
like connect with you.
Yeah, they think maybe I'm not someone who they would want to connect with, and then when I do, they realize like I'm just like a normal dude, just wearing women's clothing. Whatever. Yeah. So then like that's normally like nothing really bad had come from it, but it would just like separate me a little bit from some guys, and then like honestly like I've had like more positive responses from females. Like they just like, oh, that guy's like, you know, interesting fashion choices, and like it's like, and that's cool because it's like it shows like more confidence too. So there's that whole aspect, and which I would say is a more positive experiences. So it'd be like people are like,
oh, you're really attractive when you wear that too.
Well, yeah, man. Like you just like show a little more confidence because you just like. You have to rock it when you're wearing something that's a little bit different. You have to make sure you just like...
Yeah, you can't be kind of like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, man. And you see like anyone with any kind of style, they'll... Like whatever it is, even if it's not personally your style, but if you see someone like rocking something, then it's like, that's sweet. Like I like that because it looks good on them because they're comfortable in it. So like, yeah, I'm not saying like everyone should do it or like, you know, this is how people should dress or whatever. It's like everyone should dress how they want to dress, and
Totally.
that's like the coolest part of it.
And like, what would be your advice to someone that wants to get into it? Like, how would someone even begin?
I'd say just start with what you're comfortable. Go and just try on. Just start trying things on, and then you'll find something that like, probably a part of you will be like, ooh, this is a little bit different. I don't normally do it. But just try it. Just wear it, and then like, you'll find that like, okay, this is what looks good on my body. This is what like I feel comfortable in, and then you'll start like maybe finding just like little nuances from there, and just like start getting more creative and finding like different things to match with it, and then you just start. And then like whatever inspires you, like I feel like my fashion was very inspired by like the 70s and like rock and roll and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know like flared pants and just like wild patterns and like silky materials and stuff. So that's where I started, and then just like started branching off from that to find like my own kind of twist to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also found like going with you today.
Yeah.
Because like I've done a couple times myself, but going with someone was also way more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you're a little bit like unconfident, going and like being in the women's section, and you have
like
like grandmas around you. You got like, this is a little awkward.
Yeah, man. And like for the first few times, it was like that for me, especially because I was doing it in Saskatchewan, in a city where like I'd likely see someone I know in there.
Yeah.
So there's just
Like,
like that
hi, Julien,
aspect
you're like-
of just like, why are you in the, what are you doing in the women's section? And then like after a few times, you just don't care anymore. It's just like, I'm here to shop. Like this is where I find the best clothes.
Totally.
Like, so
And
that's
also
what I
maybe
do.
going even with a female friend
Exactly.
would work too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Actually, I used to go with a friend from Saskatchewan, and we would shop for each other. She would
That's dope.
she'd-
Next challenge.
Yeah, she would shop for me in the female section. I would shop for her because she wears a lot of male clothing.
Yeah.
Like the oversized like stuff. That was
That's
her style.
dope.
So yeah, we shopped for each other for a while. It was,
There you
it was
go.
fun. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Any plugs for the two people that watch?
What do you want me to plug, like Value Village?
Whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Just keep checking this guy's content out.
Keep checking his content out.
He's throwing some good stuff out there.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram mostly. I'm starting to get on TikTok.
Oh!
I'll be throwing some content out there
That's
soon. This guy convinced me, so hopefully throw some more stuff out there. But yeah, mostly Instagram. That's where I kind of put most of my stuff out. I have a couple accounts, a photography account, which is just Julien Nelson, and then my more like lifestyle one, which is just Julien D Nelson. So they're pretty similar, but once you find one, you'll find the other one. So
Links down below.
yeah,
That's
let's
it.
go.
And it wasn't filming, no, I'm just kidding.